Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad. This is the Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. Today we're going to be talking about retirement and in specifics, retiring early. This video is based on an article I read on Investopedia called 6 Ways to Know You're Ready to Retire Early. So if that's something that interests you, stick around, hit that like button, get this video out to more people, and we'll get started. Alright, so 6 things we need to have that we know we're ready to retire. First of all, your debts are paid off. If your mortgage is paid off and you don't have any loans, credit lines, large credit card balances, or other debt, you won't have to worry about making large payments in retirement. So you can use your savings to enjoy life and live low cost. So you guys, let's talk about this. First of all, I think most people won't have a paid off mortgage. If you do, awesome. So that to me is like the one changer. Like, not everybody's gonna have a paid off mortgage, but the ones you can have paid off, you guys, first of all, you know my theory on credit card balances. Nobody should have a credit card balance, so that's easy. But what about car payments and these kinds of things? A couple of car notes can be pretty expensive. Some people are paying upwards of $500 a month for a car payment. Try to have those things paid off before you're ready. Number 2, you have ample savings. This should be a no-brainer, you guys. If you don't have money put away for retirement, you're going to struggle to retire early. And remember, retiring early means you're going to have to plan for a longer time period. We all know the 4% rule, right? Pretty good indicator. But remember, we need to know how much we are going to spend in retirement and then base it on that. So obviously more savings is better, right? Okay, number 3, you can get at your savings. Now, what do we mean by this, you guys? Remember the 59.5 rule. If you're looking at retiring early, you're probably going before that, or you may be going before that, right? If you're already 59.5, no problem. You can get into your traditional IRAs. You can take money out of your 401ks, no problem, without penalty, right? But what if you're not? What if you're like me, who's going to retire at 55? I can't get into the traditional IRA assets until 59.5 unless I want to pay that 10% penalty, which of course I'm not going to do. So what else can we do? I'm lucky that I'm going to have a 457. With the 457, I'm allowed to get to those funds even before 59.5, as long as I've separated from service. A lot of people don't have that option. Now, there is an option that if you separate from an employer with a 401k at 55, you can get the assets from that 401k penalty free. But think about other assets, right? Roth assets. Do you have money in a brokerage account, in a taxable account? These are the monies you're going to need to tide you over until 59.5 when you can get access to all that traditional money without any penalties. Number 4. Your health care is covered. This is a big, big issue, you guys. Remember, you might have a job where your employer pays for a lot or even all of your health care costs. Now, if you separate from service, you quit that crummy old job, you're going to have to pay for health care yourself. Now, one option is continuing with COBRA, right? One thing to talk about, though, is if you do elect COBRA through your employer, it is going to probably be a lot more expensive than what you were paying or not paying while you were employed. The other option, obviously, until age 65, when you can file for Medicare, is to look at one of the state exchanges and buy health care through that. But this is a big, big cost, you guys, and so it's one that you need to consider if you're talking about retiring early. Number 5, you can live on a budget. Retirees live on fixed incomes, including pensions, retirement plan withdrawals, and they usually have lower monthly incomes than they did when they were working. So one thing you may want to do is try sticking to a budget with a lower level of cost for a few months to see how it feels. At least you'll have an idea if you're going to be able to make do on that smaller income. If not, you may need to save more, or you may need to consider working a little bit longer to get more in savings. Number 6, you have a new plan. So one of the big killers in retirement is everybody wants to quit that crummy old job and move on to bigger and better things, but you have to have something to do. You can't retire and do nothing. Your mind will go crazy, your body will go crazy. So have a plan. That may be, hey, I'm going to play golf. Hey, I'm going to mentor. Hey, I'm going to do whatever. Whatever you have for a passion is a good thing, but think about, you are going to have a lot of time to fill. Normally, people are at work for 8 hours, 5 days a week, right? You're going to have to find something to fill that void, something that you're passionate about, something that you enjoy. That could be playing tennis, golfing, taking a pottery class. I mean, whatever passion you have or want to pursue, think about that, because you're going to have a lot of time to fill. And if you just think you're going to sit around and drink coffee and read the newspaper, that probably is going to get pretty boring pretty fast. So the bottom line, these are some of the questions that young and middle-aged workers need to ask themselves. Should I leave my job and retire early? What do I need to know? Am I ready? What do you guys think? Are you ready? Do you have the savings? Do you have plans for health care? Do you know what you're going to do when you're retired? Do you have debt left over? If you do, maybe your retirement isn't quite in the books yet, but it gives you something to work for. You guys, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, do me a favor. Drop that like. If you're not already subscribed, you know the deal. I'm going to ask you to hit that red subscribe button, ring the bell. You get notified every time I make a video. I try to make at least one a week. All right, we'll see you. Thanks.